Hi, everybody. It's Caitlin Peluffo. Oh my gosh, the host of Good Time Gal, the one and only podcast you'll ever need in your life. Thank you for listening. Today on the podcast, we have my very dear and old friend, Justin Smith.
Hey, how are you?
Look at him. He's an ally. We're so happy you're tuning in. Justin's great. He has a new album out, a new special out. Mm-hmm. It's been out for about a year, so it's not that new, but it's still great, so you should watch it. Justin Smith Comedy on Instagram.
Right.
TikTok.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
All right.
All the same thing.
All of it. Just Justin Smith Comedy. If you want to laugh, Justin Smith Comedy. Follow me at Caitlin Peluffo on Instagram and TikTok and whatever the hell you want. Subscribe to YouTube so you can get all this video for free. Yes, I give it away for free. I don't know how to monetize, so watch it. And then anything else? Oh, Good Time Gal Pod on Instagram. Oh, I'm about to drop a bunch of dates. I'm going everywhere this winter, from Key West, Florida to Winnipeg. Holy heck. Montreal as well. I'm going all across the country. So please, some of those dates are already up. Ontario, Oxnard, and Irvine. Please buy tickets to those. Those are very large rooms. And I'm just one person. My mom can't come to all of them. So please get tickets to those on my websites, on my link tree, and on their websites too. So just go look it up, please. It's in February. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Justin, any takeaways?
No, that was perfect.
Thank you so much.
Everything that you did, me too.
Look at that. We're doing it twice. Hashtag me too. Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye.
So what you're saying is I'm a diva.
That's
the type of guest that I am.
Well, you got pockets.
I do got pockets.
You got pockets.
I always feel like I guess I used to listen to old radio shows where the guys that weren't wearing headphones, there was always something going on, like they didn't know about, and so I'm like, I want to make sure.
They were out of the loop.
Yeah.
You want to be in the loop.
I want to be in the loop. I also want to know how, make sure that I sound okay, because I always think that, I always feel like when I am recording, and if I can't hear what I sound like, I always imagine I'm like, oh, dude, I'm like, this sounds great. And then you listen to it and you're like, dude, why were you breathing so heavy?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
My voice is deeper than it sounds in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I speak and I hear myself, I'm like, wow, she's a dude.
Yeah.
It's just so deep. My voice is so deep. And I never really realized it until I did this podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you have a great voice.
Thank you so much.
You definitely, 100%, you have a great stage voice.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
This past week, I lost my voice. And so I was on stage literally rasping it up. And I felt more myself than I've ever felt in my life.
Did you do more shoulder, shrug outs?
Oh, yeah. I got a new joke about ripping dicks. It's going to be great. I mean, the shoe fit.
Wait,
it was nice.
Is that a new joke?
It's a new joke.
I feel like I've seen you do that joke before.
No. Different words, same meaning. But Justin Smith, how are you?
I'm so good.
You're so good.
It makes me so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Because it's I always love it's coming here to New York is always a fun thing because I really grew up while I was here. Mm-hmm. I moved from Oklahoma to New York, and so a lot of the comics here I really kind of grew up comedy wise with. Mm-hmm. So I grew you. Ian Laura, Jordan Fisher, all those comics, we all kind of one of us would get a bigger break, one of us would get a late night set, one of us would get whatever, but all that stuff, and it was, I don't know, I always felt that when I come back, I love coming back and seeing you guys, because I don't know, it's great because we're all doing our own thing and we're all
wildly
succeeding.
Different things, Yeah, Ian has just really leaned into the eyebrow situation. His eyebrows are spectacular. And boy, I mean, I think that's his whole Instagram channel is just my eyebrows.
Well, it works.
Yes, I follow.
It works. Absolutely.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Those luscious brows. He was on the pod. I make fun of him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I love him very much.
Do you think he gets them threaded?
No. That's a God's blessing.
Oh yeah, you think it's just pure?
I think it's pure.
You think there's no manicure whatsoever?
No. I think he moisturizes.
Okay,
I
I
bet
could
he
see
takes
that.
care of his skin, but I don't think he's doing any extra grooming.
Did you get him to confess that?
No.
Yeah.
He would never.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
No.
It was so funny. I think Jordan Fisher and I talked about it one time. We talked about Ian and like, dude, he's like one of our like really good friends. But you're always like, I never know what he does. Like he shows up, does his spots. He's very nice. We hang out, we talk, and then we just never see him.
He disappears into the night.
Yeah.
Like a little Dominican Batman.
I know, it's crazy. But he's absolutely the best, and I like watching him like really succeed. Watching you succeed is probably my favorite.
I'm doing all right.
No. You create great.
Can you tell Caitlin can't take a compliment?
Rah.
Rah.
It is very funny to
Call
watch.
me ugly.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up to my therapist tomorrow.
That's great.
Yeah.
No. I for real though. I love watching the way that you've like grown, and it's so funny. I was talking to an older comic, and they were like, well, who was kind of your class or your group of people? And I brought up like Ian, and then I brought up you, and then I brought up a couple others, and they were like, yeah, but I don't really know, like blah blah blah. And then like the next time, like you were doing like a late night set, and Ian was doing like HBO, and it's like, you're just not aware of the things that they're building up to.
Yeah, we're coming for you.
Yeah. Whoever you are.
Yeah, whoever that ominous older comic is.
Yeah.
I'll fucking get your ass.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I won't. I'm very nice and very patient.
No, but for real, it's great to watch you like do. Like,
well, how's Nashville?
It's good. It's really good. It's fun. I'm learning how to kind of be a different. I'm finding like a new kind of lane for my comedy, and so I moved to like clean material now.
Nice.
And that's been like a challenge, because it's kind of like you have to turn your brain like a whole different direction.
Yeah.
But once you kind of get to where you're thinking that way, then the rest of it's like easy.
Yeah.
Because once your brain goes, all right, this is how I interpret a situation, even if it's a situation where it's like, normally I would have turned left when I got to this fork, and now I just turn right.
Yeah.
And you kind of just go down a whole different route, but you still get where you're going. I don't even know if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense, because my boyfriend, he's Steven Rogers, very clean comic.
Oh.
Always started.
Is that your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Wow.
What the fuck was that? Did we all see that?
Yeah.
Was that on the camera?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, here's the thing. The reason I did that is because earlier in the episode, I go, oh yeah, I mentioned a club that I was playing, and I go, well, Steve's played there, and you were like,
I was like,
I don't even know.
I don't know where that
you,
is.
Like you didn't even know who he was.
No, I don't know where the club is. I know who he is. I never know. We usually have a board where we write where we're gonna be,
right?
But it's fallen off, and so it's got October on there. So I don't know where he's been in the last month.
Okay.
He comes home, and I said, "Did you put it in savings?" And
yeah.
he goes,
Did you
"Yes."
put it in savings?
There we go. Yeah. That is our whole situation. And then we get stoned and watch Good Burger together.
Oh, that's great. How was it?
We didn't watch it. We ended up watching Ghosts. Have you seen Ghosts?
No.
It's great. Oh my God. Ghosts is a great television show. I recommend it to everybody.
This is you are such a mature in relationship.
I
now.
know.
You're like, you go home and you watch like television.
I know. And it was so nice. I literally take a day off like once a month. And I took 2 edibles, sat there, and I watched a documentary on people digging for bones in Africa.
Right.
It was awesome.
How did you make that selection? You said like, hey, just so you know, this is a documentary. We're in Africa. You're like, I'm still in. Like, I don't know how that. And then you go, we're digging for bones.
They're digging for bones. It's all about how we started, like civilization started. It's like they found a different species of human. It's wild. And it's in a cave. They used to bury their dead.
Right.
So they're like, it was 250,000 years ago.
Wow.
I know. It might be tough for you to hear with your Nashville no evolution ears. But 250,000 years ago, we were basically monkeys, people. And but they would bury their dead, and they would use tools. So they were like, well, maybe this is This changes everything.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
really great documentary, but they also had to climb through a cave, and I'm extremely claustrophobic. So every
yeah.
time I saw them go through a cave, I was like, oh my God, don't do that. It's going to collapse. You're going to die. But I had the best time. I
That's
forget how
great.
much fun being stoned is.
Yeah, is it?
Oh, it's great. Have you ever been stoned?
I mean, once or twice.
Once or twice.
But it was,
You're not living.
It was for different motivation.
Different motivations.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
the
I got it.
motivation?
Well, I got it. Was this is not important what the motivation was,
So your
but
dick wasn't working.
it was.
And so-
No, that's not it. That's not it.
That's Viagra that you.
No. No, I've always been like a cigar. Like I feel like once you find your thing, that's
yeah,
your
you
thing.
smoke cigars. I forgot
Yeah.
about
So
that.
cigars
Yeah.
are my thing. So it's always kind of like you kind of drift. Like I drank for a while, and not that I stopped, but it's like you're like, oh, this isn't really my thing.
Oh, you went clean inside and out.
And then cigar, dude,
Squeaky clean.
I smoke cigars like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I really do. Like I go at it.
Well, let's see your teeth.
No,
Smile for mama.
Not a chance.
Smile for mama.
Not a chance.
They look pretty good.
Not on camera. Well, but I will tell you one thing, dude. I had like literally, I was so happy. So I went to this is maybe too much, but I went to the dentist for the first
Don't talk
time.
about the dentist on this podcast.
I did.
Disgusting.
I did. I went to the dentist for the first time in 10 years.
That's great.
I hadn't been to the dentist in 10 years. And I went in there, and the lady was like, I just want you to know, I'm gonna have to get in there. And I go, get in there.
Yes.
I haven't been there. Like, I mean, first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think that, like the dental hygienist, if you think that she's snobby and short when you miss one cleaning, why don't you try going between presidencies?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
She went in there. She's like, you got some juicy gums.
She just looked. She didn't even look at my teeth yet. She just looked at the paperwork, and she was like she was just so mad at me. And then she got in there and she was cleaning, and she took a whole bunch of X-rays. She was like really rough.
Oh,
with like
no.
She was I
a
could
little
tell.
rough with your gums.
She was. They're sensitive. They haven't been to a dentist in 10 years.
Gums. My name's Chester. I smoke cigars. I got sensitive gums.
I have sensitive gums. Everybody has sensitive gums.
Oh, sure.
Everybody. I don't know anybody that's like. I don't know anybody that's like, I'm a construction worker. Touch my gums. You know, like
lick my teeth, touch my gums. I feel nothing.
I mean, even the SEALs don't have gum training. Like that's crazy. And so she puts all these like things in there, and I'm hurt. And then she looks at the X-rays. She cleans everything, and the dentist comes in, who I have known since I was in high school. I used to play video games with him.
Jesus.
Like, yeah.
That is so sad.
And so yeah, I know, an adult playing video games with a high school kid.
Yeah. Right
yeah. Who was in the wrong on that one?
He's now your dentist. Creepy.
He comes in and looks at everything, and he goes, he looks at all my teeth, and he goes, you're all good. And I go, what does that mean? And he goes, oh no, you're all good. And I go, I'm gonna need you to say the thing that, because like when you go to the dentist, all you want to hear is you have no cavities.
Oh,
like that's all. By the way, it's crazy that you like that's all.
What were you waiting for him to say?
But that's what I was like. I wanted him to look me in the eyes and go, "You haven't been here in 10 years."
You want him to say, "You got a pretty
And
mouth."
I mean, I guess that's what I was waiting for.
You were waiting for a pretty mouth.
Listen, I know you were trying to turn it the other way, but you know what? I would like somebody to look at my mouth and go, "You know what? All jokes aside, you have a pretty mouth.
Okay.
You have a nice mouth."
Smile for mama. I'll give you the compliment. Come on.
Not a chance.
I like it. Those pearly ones.
No, they're
You got
not.
a pretty mouth.
They're not. But it's but I looked at him and go, I'm gonna need you to say the cavity thing. I'm gonna need you to say no cavities.
Do you eat a lot of sweets?
No, not really.
Oh.
I don't.
you're
I'm
not
like
gonna
a
have
savory.
cavities?
I mean, I don't not eat sweets.
Yeah.
I mean, when those Trader Joe Star Mint cookies come out, that's a problem.
I'm the JoJo's, the peppermint JoJo's.
Oh yeah.
And I'm on this strict diet. I can't have any of them.
By the way, you look fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You look great.
Thank
That jacket is high waisted and tight. And I was like, oh, my girl's like,
Thank you. I'm getting svelte.
Yeah.
I was a size 31. Now I'm 29, baby. Yeah. Don't you whistle at me, you little dog. Fonzie just objectified me. I can't believe he did that. Disgusting.
He's an ego booster over there. I like it. Of all the producers I've been around this week, That's the man right
Fonz will lift you up. He'll lift you
like
right
it.
up.
I like it.
Well, maybe not me. I'm a little dense. But
Yeah.
well, that's great. And I saw on Instagram you got a little gal.
Yeah.
Little gal pal?
Oh, she's great.
Yeah?
She's the best. She really is.
Nice.
I think that's like this is kind of like the first girl that's ever really like gotten what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're always like supportive,
Yeah.
you know, but this is like the first one that's like, cause she was kind of like a theater kid.
Oh, yeah.
So
They'll get it.
she really understood kind of the whole thing. And she understands like when she comes with me to shows, she is very much like, she knows like the mindset and like the way to kind of sit and not like nothing's ever about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's all these like little things. You're like, oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
And
That's
and
great.
she's a great cook, and she her brain works different than mine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always, and she always keeps me in check too, which is the best one. I love that. And but she also lets me be like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was, this is so funny. She's always there when she lets me go for as long as I need to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, all right, so we're going to talk about this now. Like we were in Starbucks one time. We were in the drive-thru, and there was a kid that worked there.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my coffee from him, and I had talked to him before. He had like a broken leg. Like he was sitting working the drive-thru.
Uh-huh.
And the first time I talked to him, she was not there. So we go back the next time, and we're sitting in the drive-thru, and I'm talking to him about his leg getting healed or whatever. And he told me, he's like, well, I'm a skateboarder, so that's how it happened. And he's like, I'm looking forward to skateboarding again. And I go, yeah, man, sometimes an injury will kind of help you be better at the thing that you wanted to be. And I talked about Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard wanted to play in the NBA, but he broke his leg, but it forced him to be better at dribbling. Like he had to spend an extra year in college, and he just used it dribbling because he couldn't really do anything because of his broken leg.
Okay.
So I'm telling this, by the way, he's working.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him this story.
That's so Southern.
I am.
It's so Southern to be like, hey, you listen here, kiddo.
But because normally if you're working the window at a Starbucks, you can be like, oh, I got to go grab, like you can go. He can't leave. He's there.
Oh, I thought it was through the intercom. Just,
No.
If you keep, you're like Damian Lillard, it's just going to be $4.95, sir. No. But your leg, it'll heal.
So we're in the window.
Okay.
And he's just I can just tell he's listening to me, but he just keeps looking over to the other side to try to find that drink.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to bring me that drink?
So that I can stop talking to this guy.
And I go, and this is what I said. I go, yeah, man, sometimes when you have like a curveball in life, like it makes you better for it.
Oh my God.
And he goes, yeah, man. I go, yeah, man, sometimes you just got to be rock and roll with it. And dude, what just happened in real life. It laid there. And he goes, okay, man. And he hands me my drink, and I put it in the cup holder, and I put it in drive, and I pull forward, and we don't say anything. And then we get to the first curve, and my girl goes, so how do we think that went? I mean, that was like and so now, and the worst part is because we go to Starbucks so much.
Oh,
I can hear his voice, and she goes, "Uh-oh, is that rock and roll?"
Yeah.
We call him rock and roll.
Rock and roll's at it again. That's what you hear on the internet.
Oh shit! It's this guy again.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough for sure. I go, man, thank God he does not know who I am, because that would be a hard one to be like, oh yeah, there's the comic, like he's the guy now.
Yeah, he looks you up on Instagram and just trolls you.
Because that's my fear.
You gotta be rock and roll with it, buddy.
Because that's happened. I've been to many places in Nashville, and people like recognize me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Nate is like the boy of Nashville.
He's king.
And Zany's, there's only one club in Nashville, so people go.
Yeah.
So, and because it's like kind of like I'm always kind of like hosting or featuring or doing a spot or what, like I'm always around. So I'm always doing sets, and people be like, "Oh, I saw you this time or that time or whatever. I've seen you before," and I kind of stick out in a crowd. So
because of those gums, baby.
Yeah, because of those cavity-free teeth.
Beautiful teeth, nice chompers.
I'm telling you, I try. But that's like, I mean, that's the type of person that she is. She's always like, she's good like that. Like she's also good because she's very funny and because she lets things breathe.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time we were at the movies and we were going, I forget, I don't even remember what we were going to see, but we always get popcorn and one drink and we share it. Mm-hmm. And we go in, they have like the AMC trays, like the trays that move or whatever. So I take the,
I think our AMC has bed bugs.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you don't have to have lice.
Yeah. Whatever, you live in the woods.
That's very true.
We have lice, you have bears.
I mean, I remember one time going to the AMC in Times Square. I watched a woman undo 14 coats. I counted them. It was like the count from Sesame Street.
One coat.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like I was watching her do it. I was like, there's no way it's more than 5.
She was making her bed. She was making her bed, setting it up.
So we're in AMC in Nashville, and we got our one drink and one popcorn. And I set the popcorn on the tray, and of course they overfill it, so it falls everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then I put the drink in the cup holder. I do the straw. I tap the straw. I take the paper off. I put it in, and I hand her the popcorn. And I notice there's some popcorn on the tray, so I just go, well, I'm not gonna, I'm like, so I sweep it off, and then I notice there's popcorn on my shirt, and so I grab the popcorn on my shirt. I look at her and I go, and then I put it in my mouth. And then I realized that what I just put in my mouth was not the popcorn. It was, in fact, the straw wrapper that I had crumpled up. So I just have straw wrapper in my mouth, and now I got to figure out how do I get it out of my mouth so she doesn't see it. And then so I cough. I just cough, and I get it, and I just do the thing where you just fling it.
Oh,
you just go fling it like that, and you just hope nobody sees it. And then the whole movie goes by. The whole movie, we're walking out, and I go, "What do you think? Like, what do you think of the movie?" And she goes, "Well, I thought it was better than a straw wrapper probably tastes." Like, I mean, that means she didn't watch the whole movie. She was waiting the whole movie to cook me all the way to the car. Like but that's what makes her great. Like she's like that. Like she's and I don't know, man. She's like that.
That's great. Where'd you guys meet?
In Florida. I was doing a club in Florida.
In Florida, the only good thing to come out of Florida.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That and Disney. Sorry, DeSantis. I'm just kidding. This isn't a political podcast.
Yeah, could have fooled me.
I know. Yeah, I'm here, my Carhartt work in progress.
It is very funny.
Yeah,
it is weird to come to New York and see so much Carhartt, and you're like, none of these have touched any kind of wood whatsoever.
Well, it's funny because I have both. I have Carhartt and Dickies that I used to wear to work that now is in, so I just wear them on stage.
Right.
But I was like, no, I used to wear these on the job.
That's great.
Yeah, but now I'm about to get my my boots resold, my Red Wings.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
What about flannels? You gonna go dip in that? Because
no.
you used to rock flannels.
I used to rock flannels. I was hiding.
Yeah.
You know when you don't like your body, you're like, I'll be the flannel girl. You know what I mean? I'll just wear flannel and jean jackets, and that'll be my thing.
Yeah.
And then you do a sit up, and you're like, oh, I should wear something else.
Yeah. But
literally anything else.
But I always love that you always had a look, and then you just stayed in that look.
Yeah.
Until you were done with that look, and then you found a different look.
Yeah, and also I remember I went to a Laughing Skull, and I'd been rocking that look for a while. It was my 3rd Laughing Skull that I went to.
Right.
And there was like 3 other women who were doing me, who were dressed like me and shouting, and I was like, oh, I gotta switch it up because I'm just the leader of the angry women.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
no, but seriously, cut it.
Yeah. That is a. I will tell you that there was a moment that I watched. I think it's kind of the moment that I knew that you were making it.
Making it? I still don't think I've made it.
Oh no! When I saw people doing you, which I've been in other cities and watched people do you, and I'd go up to them and go, "Hey, that was great." I go, "So who your favorite comic? Who do you watch?" And you were the first one, and I go, "Yeah, I know."
Uh-oh.
I know, but it's just funny because
these young girls are coming for me.
Yeah,
I gotta kill them. No, I'm kidding. You do you. Please vote.
Yeah. Or I mean, do somebody else. Do you?
Yeah, do someone else.
Be you is what she said.
Yeah, be you.
But yeah, it's really interesting to see your friends become the ones that get copied. Like that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
because
terrifying. It was terrifying at that. It was like, oh, I'm just blending in.
No,
you know, it's I don't know.
I don't think so. I think
have you ever done an album?
Yeah, I did one.
Yeah,
long time ago. What's crazy is it's the only thing I ever did that was dirty.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, it was a thing a long time ago.
Yeah, but how did you rewrite another hour? Because that's where I'm at right now. I've got about 20 minutes that's like B material, and I'm killing myself.
I think it's all about how you how you approach what you're doing. Like I came to a moment, like I talked about it today with somebody, but
this older comic again?
No. It was actually my dentist. So it was
Mr. Hot Gums.
Yeah. I realized that I was approaching things differently. Like I would look at moments in my life, and in New York you're always taught to be funny and be fast. Like those are always like the two things, funny and fast. And I realized that people weren't really getting to know me. I didn't feel like they knew me. They didn't know who I was. Like, and I knew I was always funny. I've always been funny. Maybe not necessarily on this podcast, but I'm usually pretty funny.
Yeah, you had one or two.
But so I always try. I was like, I want people to really know who I am. I want people to like feel like they can watch me for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and they really like know who I am. They leave knowing who I am. And so I thought I'm gonna just write like that. So I started writing only things that like when I would get like emotional, or I'd get like mad or sad or what, like, but it was like a point where it was a thing. It was like it changed the course of my day. Whenever something like that happened, I would write it.
Oh, okay.
I would, and not necessarily write the thing, but I would write the emotion. I would write how I felt. Like if I had a friend of mine who was a hero in my childhood, and he passed away, and it was kind of like I want to pay homage to this man because he was there a lot of times when my dad wasn't.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pay homage to him, so I wrote this whole bit. And the best part about writing it is it doesn't necessarily like, it's not sad.
No.
Nobody even knows that he's not, with us anymore. They don't know any of that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's my thing of this is where the bit starts, and then you just kind of, you find the funny thing about it, and then you work your magic. But I feel like that
what if you don't have magic? You just have loud voices and flannel.
I'm going to tell you something. I mean, Caitlin, in all seriousness, you have, you need to buckle up because I'm going to give you a compliment.
Please don't, sir. We've had enough. My leg will heal. I will skateboard again. Please, sir.
You have everything that you need.
Thanks, Coach.
I promise.
I appreciate it.
I'm serious.
I just get frustrated because you work on something for 10 years and it's like you're finally like, okay, this hour makes sense. And then you wipe it all away and you have to do it again. And you just like, for me, I write a lot on stage.
Right.
And so I feel the pressure of having to do well in certain areas. Like the Cellar, you can't really do new.
Right.
And
I mean, the talented comics can. But
I mean, the ones who get paid a living wage.
That's very true.
They're doing great.
Can you cut that, please?
Yeah.
Can you cut that, please? Thank you. Thank you. Cut that. Thank you.
Yeah, the ones who bring papers on stage. Fuck you. That always drives me crazy. They're like bringing a notebook up. I'm like, how dare you?
That's fun. How what's that like? What's it like being able to do that
I
and not worry about repercussions?
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's insane. Put the notebook away.
To
What
be
are you
that
doing?
comfortable. Or
honor the fucking stage.
Or just show up. Like, I don't mind you working on stuff, but just don't let me see it.
yeah,
Be prepared.
I don't want to know.
Look at your notes before you go on stage, like a professional. You know, or write it on your hand. I don't even care if you write it on your hand, but just show me some kind of semblance of, hey, I'm trying to make sure that nobody can see this.
Yeah.
Because you're not looking down long enough to read a whole sentence.
No, that's what always gets me. It's like even just having a little sheet of paper. Just to put it, okay. And then you try, I don't know. That's what Dan Soder does, and he's the funniest person on the planet.
That's true. Oh, Soder does the pull out.
He pulls, but it's only for new jokes.
Yeah.
He's great.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Soder is the most underrated comic in New York City.
He's phenomenal.
He is absolutely like...
Cut it. I'm just kidding.
He really is. He is absolutely, truly one of the best. Like I'll text him and I'll see something he does, and you're just like, oh my gosh, dude, this is great. Like you watch his HBO special, and it's like, I felt this is. I'll make a crazy comparison, that I definitely hope he hears.
Okay, Dan Soder and Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Whoa.
That's right. Both 33. Huh? Huh?
He's
No.
not 33. He's old as shit. By that I mean 40. I think he's 40.
I when I watched Soder's HBO special, I felt the same way when I watched Nate's Hour on Comedy Central. Like you felt like that level of material, and you're like, oh, he's just. It's like lighting the wick, and now it's like it's gonna all go. Yeah, because he's such a good storyteller. Yeah, he uses such great analogies. Like he uses great like adjectives, adverbs, all this stuff. Kind of like he uses them the same way as a Kinane or a Patton Oswalt. But then he also is like a great storyteller. He's like fun. Yeah. So you have like the funness of Bert, the intellectualness of like Kinane and Oswald, and then he's also a great joke writer. So you take somebody like Vecchione, which he lived with for a long time. So you have all these great attributes, and they're all forming into one thing. Yeah. Oh, and also he's great on the radio and podcasting. Yeah. So if he ever got in the vein of like mainstream, like people really saw it, he would be able to promote like every like thing that he would do to promote it would be amazing. You know, he's great. Yeah, and he's a nice man. He's a very nice man. Yeah. Well, you brought up Nate. That's your main gig, right? You're opening for the big boy. I mean, my main gig is me. I would hope. Okay. But cut it. Can we cut that? Yeah. No, definitely cut that. That's crazy. No. No. He's it's great to work with him. You've known him for a long time. A long time. Yeah. Yeah, I've known him for over 10 years. Nice. I'm one of the only people that in the crew that didn't meet him in New York. I met him on the road. Oh, nice. And so I opened for him in Oklahoma, and we really hit it off, and he gave me a lot of advice, and he gave me his phone number, and he goes, use it. And I moved to New York. I gave up everything that I had on his advice. And it was kind of like I was always I never asked, I think that's one of the things is I never really asked him for anything. It was always like, hey, what do I do? Which, by the way, I still do that. I'll go to a thing and I go, what do I need to do? You're the guy that's done all this stuff. And now he's at the point where it's kind of like, you need to ask somebody like this. He goes, because what is he gonna say? He goes, yeah. What, Bubba? What should I do? And he goes, I don't know. Why don't you sell out Bridgestone Arena? Yeah, that's it was. Because what can he say? Yeah. Why don't you take a private jet there? It's like, he always gives good advice. He's always found a way that even when he's not kind of in my situation, he always finds a good way to be to kind of push me in the right direction. That's nice. Yeah, and it was it's always been good. And he really is kind of the best guy to be he's a great friend and a really good mentor. And even though he would hate that I called him a mentor. Okay, cut it. Yeah. But he is. He's truly one of the best comics. That's working. Great. Yeah, I enjoyed his Amazon. I mean, and he's
Yeah.
he's since, I mean, that special released, it's not even a year old, and he already has a new hour.
That's
already
crazy.
Yeah, it's already
How
banging.
do you do that?
It's already banging.
But he's also been doing it for like what, 20 years? He's been doing it a while.
Longer than that,
Yeah.
I think.
So I guess at some point you just know your voice well enough that you're like, oh, that'll be funny.
Well, he kind of just knows how to, once he gets about 30 minutes, it's all just about like time.
Mm-hmm.
Once he gets that initial, he just kind of cut and replaces, and he just builds this whole thing up until it's an hour. And then even when he gets to the hour, it's this beautiful thing where he's always like, I need 5 more minutes. I need 5 more minutes. I want to cut this. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of doing that. And he'll take things out, replace things, and
Tinkers.
yeah.
We're
and
all
it's
just tinkering.
and it's so tight. It's so great. And it's like, it's funny to see friends that have come and seen him. Like I have a friend of mine in Kansas City that I've known her since I was in college, and we worked at a special needs camp together. And she knew Nate when I met Nate. She met Nate at the same time I did because she came to my show in Oklahoma City where we met, and she met him, and she's watched his evolution as well. And she came to the last show, and she goes, I don't know how it keeps getting funnier. I don't know. At some point, I thought he would hit a wall.
Yeah.
And because like a lot of guys do it. A lot of guys get to a certain point and they hit a wall, and he's just not doing that. He's getting funnier.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even know, like, you see how busy he is, and you're like, how are you still making, like, how are you still doing this?
Yeah.
Like, as a comic, you're like, you're the most busy. I'm trying to keep up halfway with you. I think that I write a lot of material. I turn over pretty fast. Like I released my special last Thanksgiving. I have a new hour. But like,
congrats, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
You look good.
Oh, thank you.
You're wearing a fun hat.
I am wearing a fun. I'm trying.
He was wearing a fun hat. You should have seen it was like a fedora situation.
Well, you can't wear the fedora with headphones. I didn't know we were going non-headphones. So if we were going non-headphones, I would have worn something.
You're the one that wanted the headphones.
I know. Well, I was prepared for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't see another hat over there.
I know.
a cute little ally hat. Look at that little safety pin ally hat.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. If you wear a safety pin, that means anybody can talk to you about anything.
Oh, okay.
You're one of the good ones.
Well, that's a new thing for me.
Yeah.
That's the brand that I bought it from. It just came with it. So
that came with it. Did they charge extra?
No.
No?
No.
Are you sure the price tag wasn't on it?
Yeah. Man, you know what's funny is every time I come here, I go, man, I miss New York so much. And then 10 minutes with Peluffo, and you're like, you know what? I like Nashville.
Everybody's nice in Nashville and likes my style.
They do. Well, they do. Lucy loves you.
I love Lucy.
She's the best.
Fucking love her.
Yeah.
Call me. I do. I love her so much. She's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really likes.
She runs Zanies, by the way.
Yeah.
Books Zanies.
She loves like she's kind of fostered this group of a lot of comics, and she's really created a lot of opportunities for comics that in a lot of other scenes would not even get a chance.
Yeah.
And she's really great at it.
Yeah.
And I think that I wish there were more of her in comedy.
Yeah.
Because the comedy would be a lot better.
It sure would.
And we wouldn't have as many sticky situations as we do if we had more people.
I don't know.
Are
you talking about a little Me Too, huh? You got a little dish?
I didn't say.
Give us a little tea.
I didn't say nothing.
He's warming his hands.
I'm just saying that there would be. It would be a
less molesters for sure.
I would say it would be a safer place.
Yes.
For especially female comics, because you do.
That's that safety pin talking.
Yeah.
Look it. He's an
Sorry.
ally.
Hold on. Should I start like this?
Yes.
That way?
No. We want people to see it. He's the only safe person in Nashville. Except for Lucy.
That's true.
I'm joking, by the way. I like Nashville. Nashville seems pretty fun.
Yeah, you do.
I've been there a couple times.
Oh, do you have it on the calendar again?
Not yet. I got to hit up Lucy.
You got to do it.
But the last time I was there, I think was for that taping for Peacock.
Yeah.
Was it? Did that ever air?
Which one?
The Old Opry, Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, I don't know that it actually did ever.
That makes sense.
I don't know that it did. They would always there's a thing in Nashville where people will tape things and they'll shelf them, and then you'll never like. I did an Opry Presents last year, and it just never. They sent me a copy of it, and they go, "Yeah, it aired." Blah blah blah, and I was like, "I don't think it aired."
I think it does air, but it's on like a PBS station.
Yeah, well, people watch that station. Like that's the same station the Opry's on.
Yeah.
So anybody that watches the Opry, which is like a thing, it's like a lot of country people.
What are you talking about?
A lot of country people.
A little
A lot of people without safety pins.
Skateboarders with broken legs. Anti-safety pin you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a thing. So I don't know. I do think that in that world, in the country world, like comedy it's revered.
Yeah.
There's lots of like old school comics that are, they're kind of like there's a what's her name? Minnie Pearl was a big country comic. There's a southern comic named Jerry Clower that is very famous. But he's like a Mississippi boy.
Well, it's kind of like Bob Marley's famous only in Maine.
Right.
But
he also does like Maine stuff, and he would only travel in that certain thing. But he was in Boondock Saints.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's pretty.
That's the life.
Yeah.
Just give me a 25,000-yard radius.
Yeah,
and travel around there, and then just go home every night.
Or you could be Schultz, and that radius is New York City.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Justin, we did it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that nice? We had a nice time.
It was great. It was wonderful.
Yeah, we had a great time. We didn't need to go into the pockets.
Didn't have to go into the pockets.
What was in the pockets? Now I'm curious.
Now I don't even know.
What was one of the stories in the pockets?
I don't even know.
All right.
Oh, well, let's just look and see what was in the pockets.
Oh my God, it's a phone.
Yeah,
It's
a phone.
big ass pocket.
It's a huge phone. Well, look at me.
It's a nice jacket.
This is a normal size the normal size phone. Let's see. Let's see some pocket material.
Let's see.
I was gonna tell a story about how whenever you're in a relationship and you gotta support, like when a friend's in a relationship and you gotta support that relationship and it keeps you from doing something fun. Like I was gonna tell a story about a buddy of mine, a buddy of ours.
Okay.
We both know this person.
Uh-oh.
They're a very popular comic in New York.
Ian Laura.
And no.
I'm joking.
No, it is not.
He's tweezing his eyebrows.
He is absolutely, as we speak, doing that. No, I was going to tell a story about how we were doing a show together, and the venue that we were doing it in, there's another arena or a theater attached to it, and the Wu-Tang Clan was in that arena the next night. And so a couple of guys from that were stage guys for the show came to our show, loved our show, and they were like, "Hey, do you guys want to come to the show tomorrow?" So we got Wu-Tang tickets, and so but the guy had his girl with him.
Oh no!
They left 2 tickets.
They left 2 tickets?
They left 2 tickets. So I had to make a friend decision.
No.
Yeah. And I let him and his
No.
girl. Yeah. I let him and his girl go.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She should go
They
to
went.
tea or something.
By
like
the
that.
way, they did not stay for the whole show.
No.
Yeah.
Horrific.
And they were like, yeah, they invited us to their after party at the club over there. Did they go? Kaylin, did they go?
I bet you they didn't.
Mm.
No.
They didn't go. Can I tell you the worst part about the situation?
Please.
They broke up 2 weeks later.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I missed seeing the Wu-Tang
Oh,
with ODB's son doing his part.
Jesus.
I got an invitation to the after party.
God.
Did not go.
Jesus.
Did not go.
That's horrendous.
Did they stay together?
No.
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 They
broke
didn't.
up. They broke
They
up.
didn't. And that's why we don't like going in the pocket.
We don't
because
like
it's
going in the pocket.
sad.
It's
sad.
It's not great in the pockets.
Yeah.
We'll keep the pockets where the pockets are.
But that was a nice story, though, wasn't it?
it was It was sad as hell.
Yeah.
And it made me think that you're a bad decision maker.
Sometimes I am. You know what's funny? Every time I'm in this room, I end up telling a story about something like that. That's like, you're like, it's a sad moment.
Yeah. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You big dummy.
I should have fought for the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, you should have. Your true love.
I know. For real. I loved. That's
You're the one that did the work too.
I know.
They saw you on stage. You didn't see the girlfriend on stage.
I was so excited about it.
Oh.
I was so excited about it. And they go, there's 2 tickets here. And I just go, all right. Y'all have fun. Oh, by the way, it was my birthday that weekend.
Oh
too.
my
Yeah.
God, it got sadder. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm so sorry to leave this podcast on such a sad, depressing,
You want to get it sadder?
simp note.
At that show, they were giving out free samples of Ozempic to everybody.
Ozempic!
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh my God. And lottery tickets too. Oh my God. And that's, I mean, yeah, that's a real bummer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
You're a good person, but still, that sucks.
Yeah, it's fun.
She's
That was in
like,
the pocket.
oh, the Wing-Tang Clan?
The Wing-Tang Clan.
I would love to go to the Wing-Tang Clan.
I looked. It was so bad because you look at her and you go, man, she can't name
No,
2
a single.
members.
No.
No.
And I mean, I also would not be able to name 2 members, so I would honestly be like, have fun.
Right.
Go get them, Tigers.
Yeah.
I will take myself out to dinner with wine.
Well, it's also I you know what I would accept not knowing the members you could look at her and just go, she does not know what the acronym CREAM stands for.
What is the acronym CREAM?
Cash rules everything around me.
Oh, okay.
That's the song. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a little nervous.
I forgot the type of comedy Caitlin does.
Yeah, we're not that kind of podcast. At least not within the first 7 minutes.
Cut it.
Well, Justin, where can people find you?
Justin Smith Comedy on Instagram. I post everything. There's a link tree there. You can go to my special, which is clean. Yeah.
I'm sure it's great.
And Mike Lavin directed it.
Oh,
So,
great.
yeah,
Mr. Homeless Pimp
The
himself.
homeless pimp himself.
Beautiful.
And so you can go, my link's there, and there's dates on there too. Yeah, there's a bunch of fun stuff. I did a set for Nate's company.
Oh, great.
Little 10-minute little baby boy set.
Little baby boy nugget set.
Who doesn't? You know,
Beautiful.
it's not a don't tell, but
Not a don't tell.
yeah,
But who needs it? You got Nate.
absolutely.
That's great. Cool. Congratulations.
By the way, your don't tell was fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much.
It was great.
I appreciate it.
I got to sneak them in there whenever I can because
Okay.
you don't like the whole meal.
Time to leave. Buy your coffee and be gone.
Now it's just fun for me to give you compliments.
Goodbye. Podcast is over.